Minnie needs help. Let's get into this review. So this episode opens up with the last episode left off. Minnie is giving Miss Juicy these crocodile tears, letting her know that she lied about being pregnant. And Miss Juicy forgives her, you know, like she always does. And I commend her for that because Minnie has lied consistently since like the pilot episode of this show. And she has vilified Miss Juicy in a lot of ways. And Juicy she was like, okay, I forgive her. And she moved on. So, I mean, props to her, because it wouldn't have been me. We cut to the twins discussing Minnie's lies because Miss Juicy went back and told the entire group that Minnie had admitted to lying to being pregnant. So now it all makes sense. Now I understand why Miss Juicy forgave Minnie so easily, because I was just like, she has been lying about you and this pregnancy for forever, and you just forgive her so easily. Now I understand. What Miss Juicy did was she forgave her, got out of this situation, told everybody, and now she's going to let them do the dirty work when she come out of this thing smelling like roses. Smart. See, that's how you got to play them cards. She played them right. This part really affected me. It's when Andrea said that she made Minnie the godmother of her daughter because she felt bad for her for losing her child. That really affected me because it let me know that Minnie, her lies are like beyond, oh, you just told a lie to make yourself feel better. This is like top level nuttiness. You know what I mean? Like, this is Snapped. This is all the ID channel wrapped in one. She has a legitimate problem, and I think it's very dangerous to be friends with someone like that because you don't know what they're capable of doing. This is the kind of lying that women who fake pregnancies and then become friends with someone who's pregnant and then kill that person and take that baby and assume the identity of its mother. That's like where this is. I'm not saying that Minnie is there. I'm just saying that she's on the path. You know what I mean? She's walking up to the door. Lord, I hope she don't open it. This is like, she got some serious problems, and it's uncomfortable to watch it on the show because she is constantly lying. And then to know that her mother gets wrapped up in these lies. Like when Minnie was talking about that she wanted to have a birthday dinner to unify the group. I'm like, of course you would want to unify the group because you've been tearing it down the whole time with your lies. And then to find out that her mother knew that she lied and still assaulted Juicy to keep up with this lie. She has problems, and her mother is an enabler. Tanya and Sam meet to discuss Minnie's lies because they found out that she wasn't pregnant from his Juicy baby. Messy. And then like Tanya brings up this mugshot of Minnie. And this part I was conflicted because I'm like, this girl has problems. So when they showed the mugshot, I was just like, oh, what pregnant woman she killed? You know what I mean? Like that's where my mind went automatically because I just feel like something is not right with this girl. But then I felt bad because I'm just like, why would you put her mugshot on TV? But then like when you go on these reality TV shows, you open up your life like nothing is off limits. So I don't know if if the releasing of her mugshot is important to the storyline. I just know that if it was introduced by a producer, that's really, really tacky to do to one of your cast members. But it's also vital information that these people need to know when they're working with someone, because someone especially like Minnie, because I honestly think that something is not right. So anyway, Sam and Tanya talk about how they want to confront Minnie and get like an explanation about some things. I understand that. I would only... It all depends on how they confront her. You know what I mean? Concerning the mugshot, I think that, listen, if I'm about to be in community with someone and I see that they have been arrested for something or there's a mugshot and I know that they're like a pathological liar, I don't know. I might want to ask a few questions too, you know? So I can't really fault them for that. But I just feel like it's in poor taste to come at her the way they intend to. I don't know. This was really conflicted because some parts I'm just like, yes. And that's because of how I think Minnie is mentally unhealthy. And then other times I'm just like, that's kind of tacky, you know? So I'm not really sure where I stand here because I'm like divided on if I agree or disagree with their approach. Money and Miss Juicy Baby are hanging out at her new home, and then her biological father and her biological brother show up. And I I hope I'm not, I hope this isn't disrespectful, but from looking at Money's father and brother, I don't think she's a little person. I think they're just short people. You know, and Minnie said this, I think it was the last episode. She was like, you ain't little, you just short. And I think, Money, I really think that you're just short because Money, her father, her brother are the same height. But they're not, I don't think they're little people. But then again, I don't have the medical degree to diagnose them. But I'm just like, man, maybe Money is just short. Anyhow, the father comes over because he heard or he saw on national TV that Money's stepdad, who raised her, and it was a father figure in her life, gave the approval for her to be married to Marlon, and the dad feels some kind of way. I don't agree with the father at all. If you were not in her life, you don't get to make that call. The man who raised her gets to make that call, not you. And you don't come in her life and put this pressure on her and try to make her feel bad. You didn't raise her. So you lose out on that opportunity. So you can't pop up at her house and with her brother to try to intimidate her into feeling bad because you weren't in her life. So therefore you weren't able to give the blessing over her fiance / future husband. You can't do that. You can't make that call. You didn't think that she was valuable enough to raise, so you can't think she's valuable enough to get your blessing for marriage. Like, fall back, sir. Fall back. No disrespect. Just truth. Marlon comes home and Money tells Marlon about her father and her brother popping up and, you know, wanting to speak to him to get for wanting Marlon to get their approval to marry her. And he was like, but I already did this. And I agree with Marlon. He already went through this process. And he was very annoyed, as he should have been. But Money, like a good fiance, was just like, I got you. You know what I mean? But I do want to have a dinner for us all to meet. I think that's very important as well. You know, regardless of the issues that they have, you're always going to love your dad. You know what I mean? So I thought that that was important, but I totally agree with Marlon for being like pissed off. Like, I did this already. I went the proper way. I went the way that you wanted me to go. It's done. Like, don't ask me to do this again. Good on you, Marlon, for speaking up. Also, Money, these braids, sis. Maybe they braided them too tight and pulled too much of your hair. I don't know. Stick with them lace fronts. They look really good on you. Not everybody can wear braids to the back. I know I can't. You know what I mean? I could rock a nice box braid or a nice Senegalese twist. Braids to the back? Not everybody got the edges for that. Twins, because they're women of their word, go over to help Minnie move. Because they said they would prior to the knowledge of her lying about being pregnant was released. So they still go over and help her out. They're pissed. It's tense. They're not really talking to Minnie. And Minnie knows this. She's just saying, oh, I'm going to wait for them to bring it up. No, you need to bring it up. You had been lying this entire time. So anyway, they finally talk about it. And immediately Minnie starts deflecting and saying all this stuff. Well, it got to the blogs. It got to TMZ. When? Where? It's like, stop making excuses. Minnie mama, you have to stop enabling your child. She is good and grown, doing whatever she wants to do, banging each and every average man that walk down the street. She is old enough to take responsibility for her actions. You have got to stop enabling her. This girl has been lying ridiculously for too long, and she never takes responsibility. Something in the water ain't clean. Tanya and Miss Juicy meet up, and Tanya discusses Minnie's mugshot, and she says that she's going to confront her about it. And Miss Juicy baby was like, girl, no. She was like, I have some interactions with her. It is not worth it. Don't do it. Miss Juicy wants to be out of it. She thinks it's not a good idea, and I think that Tanya should listen to her because Miss Juicy has had history in interacting with Minnie, and she knows that that woman is able to lie so flawlessly. She can flip that and turn it on Tanya. So Tanya, proceed with caution. So then Andrea and Minnie have their own little personal meeting because the twins did meet with Minnie, but Andrea was just still so pissed off that she ended up leaving because she's just like, I made you the godmother of my daughter's child. There were probably other people that she had in mind, but because Minnie had just lost her baby, she felt bad and she wanted to, I don't know, in a sense, help her friend who was in mourning. And Man, I would be beyond pissed. And Andrea handled that situation very, very well. She forgave Minnie, and Minnie said she won't lie anymore. Please. Don't trust it, Andrea. Stay woke, sis. Money, Marlon, and her brother and her biological father meet up, and they have this whole discussion about the father wanting to give the blessing to Marlon because because he had an issue that Money's stepdad gave the blessing, and then Money explained, she's just like, you ever haven't been in my life, and then the brother pulls this, well, he's sick, he had a life-altering surgery, and like, what? I don't want to not be sensitive to the fact that Money's father is getting older and that he's sick, and when people get older and they realize that death is next door, they change a little bit and they try to right their wrongs. Sometimes it's a little too late. So I'm team Money throughout this whole situation. So whether she wants him in her life or not, I'm a ride with her, because when her dad was healthy, he wasn't rocking with her, like he wasn't thinking about her. So it's like, now that you're sick, you can't come around and then try to use that guilt of sickness to try to force her to do things that you want her to do to make you feel good about yourself. It's not right. So I'm team Money. However she wants to proceed, I'm a rock with her. I'm supportive. Then we're at Minnie's birthday dinner. Honestly, I don't know why any of them would want to support this woman after she has lied to them this entire time. However, I do understand people's want to and need or desire to move on. I get it. I've done that with some people. Not anybody that has lied like this. This is, I told you, this is like top level nuttiness. So the group wants to move on, they can move on. Everybody is cool with it but Sam, right? So Sam is there and she's uncomfortable, but I guess she's coming because you got to show up. You know what I mean? Like when you sign up for the show, if they're having a birthday dinner to celebrate Minnie, you got to be there. Producers' rights. So anyway, she's there and she's very uncomfortable. So Minnie decides to address Sam at her birthday dinner. Girl, what? How did you not know that this wasn't going to go well? So Sam expresses her feelings and she brings up the mugshot, and then Minnie gets pissed, and then Sam brings up the line, and then Minnie goes to another level. Now, I am not pleased with what Minnie has been doing the last few seasons. However, it's her birthday dinner and you bring up a mugshot. But then again, Minnie, you did open up the floor and be like, so what is your issue? It just got really, really messy. And then they just started fighting and just saying all these nasty things about each other, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then, Minnie always likes to puff up and act real tough and gangster. And Minnie, you don't have that in you. You don't have that in you, because every time you're ever confronted with something and it's just you and another person, you never pop off. You run and you get your mom. So you're not about that life, sis. So have several seats. Oh, also, did you catch this part where Minnie is trying to hear Sam and she's like, huh? Huh? And she lifts up her wig. I was just like, this dinner is so ghetto. And then Sam decides to leave. So Minnie calls her a well. And then Sam was like, you fat too. And then Minnie was like, I'm fabulous. She was like, nope, you fat bus. And she started. Oh man, I would have paid good money to be in that restaurant for that little argument. Sam leaves and everybody ironically rallies around Minnie, which was so weird to me. I'm like, what? They start saying, that Sam was wrong and all of these things. And I'm just like, were you guys not at the same dinner? Because are you at a different dinner than what we're watching? Anyway, Money. She's just like, it's not right to pull somebody's mugshot out. That ain't cool. Please, Money don't care. Money don't give a damn about Minnie. The only reason why she said that is because Money don't want nobody pulling up her mugshots from that little food stamp fraud incident that I don't want to say Grumbling twins, but that them little twins brought up last season. So Money, please, you looking out for your best interest, because you trying to put it out there that you don't want nobody in this cast Googling you and your mugshots. Get out of here. You ain't slick, sis. You ain't slick. Next week, it seems like it'll kind of be like the same episode as this one. Kind of filler, kind of meat, but not really one that I'll be like excited to talk about, like, ooh, girl, you know what I mean? They'll probably be like, okay, so this happened. You know what I mean? But I'll tune in and I will check it out. It seems like Sam's going to try to mend fences with Minnie. I have no idea the power that this woman has over these people. I'm not saying hold a grudge, but I'm just saying she does, like, Minnie tells these grand lies and sheds a crocodile tear and says she's sorry, and everybody's like, okay, you guys need to proceed with caution. There needs to be some consequences to these lies, because these are top level lies. It's not, lying about, being somebody's boyfriend when you're just a jump off. That's totally different. You know what I mean? A lot of times we women interpret relationships differently. Even though it's clear as day, we see it the way we want to see it. We tell it back to our girlfriends a different way. Different than I am pregnant with a child, or I lost the baby and I miscarried, when you were never pregnant at all. Is she an executive producer? Something is up, because they rally around her oddly. It's weird. It's really, really weird how quickly they forgive her and rally around her. Anyway, I'll be tuning in next week, and I hope to see you then. If you like what I do here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I love dialoguing with you guys and building this fun little community that we have going on. So thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.